Hi, Jürgen, that's a nice mug.
Oh yeah.
You're drinking it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just wondering, life is so strange at the moment that the only thing that's happening is football. So the scrutiny is huge, bigger than it's ever been. I'm just wondering how you are this lunchtime.
It's not football. The only thing what's happening is really much for you. The only thing that's happening, but there's a lot of stuff going around, politics, a lot of private things. So yes, football is the main thing. I'm okay, absolutely okay. We had a training session before. We had a video and analyze meeting before, so both was really positive, and we are close to fly to Hungary, to Budapest, the first time in my life. So no, we are absolutely okay and ready to go.
You've been through so many things with these players and achieved so much. How would you sum up their mood right now?
Like you would imagine. So nobody's here ignoring the facts result-wise. But my job is now to do, and that's what's really important, because we have to keep the good things going. That's 100%. And if you saw the game against Leicester, if you saw the game against City, these were not two games which you would imagine afterwards we conceded 7 and maybe scored 2 or whatever. So the games looked for a majority of the game time completely different. In our situation at the moment, the things finally go against us because we made individual mistakes. So yes, we speak about them, but that's how it is with human beings. You make a mistake not on purpose or whatever, it just happens, and how can we avoid them? And one time it's communication, and other times it's just making better offers or all these kind of things. So we are always together in these moments, but the performance in the other periods of the game, we have to keep going. We have to, because we have to play good football to win football games, and that's what we are working on. So the mood of the boys is absolutely okay. We had better mood, you can imagine, but it's absolutely okay, and we are still ready for a real and a proper fight.
Fantastic. And then James from TalkSport.
Jürgen, everybody in football seems to have an opinion on why Liverpool aren't winning at the moment, but why do you think things have been difficult of late? Is it mainly the injuries, or are the players tired, or is there a number of different reasons at play here?
I mean, so many people spoke about it, somebody would have probably got it right or not. So it's, I don't care what people say about it. If you are with us, you see the situation. You followed all the problem, through all the weeks and months since the season starts, and that you can see easily that is a summary or a mix of different things that happened. So and it's now not the time to explain it or whatever. I think you can really see it. Yes. So we had not so good games, and now in the last few games we played absolutely more than good enough at Manchester United. Don't forget, in a cup, not in the situation we were in, and all these kind of things. Played a really good game, lost it, yes, but performance-wise was a good performance. Then we played 2 really good away games, and then we started losing again. But by playing not bad football, Brighton showed now, and meanwhile in that period against everybody, how good they are, how they play really proper football. Yes, we lost, slightly unlucky, but they were good. And then the next 2 games we were really good, really in the game. We forced ourselves to play confident football. So fine, in the end we don't get anything because we make individual mistakes. So that was not always the case. But now it was about individual mistakes. Before that were some other reasons. And injuries had a big part in it. We cannot ignore that. That's just because it changed everything. The football team is like building a house. If the foundation is not right, then it's always a little bit shaky. Then the wind will go through it. I said it before. We cannot change that, but we work with it and on it. And that's what we did all the time. But it's the Premier League. And we are Liverpool, and nobody's happy with being 4th and 40 points and only level on points with Everton and all these kind of things. Nobody said that's completely fine. I have no problem with that. Just we have to deal with the situation. We cannot constantly talk about it. We have to sort it. So, and that's what we try. And I can see that on the pitch, that we work really hard on it. But after the game, people talk about the result, and they were not good enough in the last 2-3 weeks, and we know that. But we still have to keep going.
Okay, Paul from the Times, and then Neil from Goal. Paul.
Jürgen, there's been a lot of support for you from fans over the last 48 hours. The banner at the COP, for example. What do you make of the outpouring from Liverpool fans for you? And were you aware that there was rumours saying that you might leave on Saturday? fans' banner first of all?
So I heard about both. So yeah, the banner is nice. Obviously, not necessary. I don't think so. I don't feel that I need special support in a moment or whatever. But it's nice, very nice. And what was the other thing that I could leave? Would leave?
Rumours circulating and bookies odds and things like that. Leave, but yeah.
So did I get a sack or did I leave by myself or what? what is about?
Yeah.
What was the rumours about?
Oh, so I've turned Paul on to mute. The rumours were that you were leaving or taking a break.
Okay, neither nor. Neither nor. I don't need a break. So I heard as well about that. Look, the last thing I want to do is talking about private things in a press conference. But everybody knows, yes, privately we had a absolutely tougher time. But that is not only for now 3 weeks ago or whatever. That was a much longer time already. So and we always deal with it as a family, 100%. And when I came here to the football club to work, I'm 53. I work in football since 30 years as a coach since 20 years. I can split things. I can switch off. One thing is and the other thing, and I don't carry things around. If I'm private, I'm private. If I'm in football at a workplace, then I'm here. Of course, we are influenced by things that happen around, but nobody has to worry about me or whatever. I'm honestly. I might not look like this because the weather is not cool and I'm white and the beard gets more and more grey, all these kind of things. Yes, I don't sleep a lot, that's all true, and my eyes look like that's all fine, but I'm full of energy. Honestly, the situation is a challenge. I see it more as no, I don't want to have the situation, but now we are in, and now I see it as a challenge, an interesting challenge. So I cannot ask a lot of people. Nobody wrote a book about, again, how did you come in a situation like that and how do you sort it? But we will sort it. Will we sort it? And please, while we are doing it, everybody could be tricky. But sorting it by playing football, sorting it by sticking even more together, sorting it by fighting with all you have, sorting it by learning more than you can learn in each season we played before. Yeah, that's actually the plan we have. And that strange things happen injury-wise. If somebody comes to me and tells me this player, we have a player with a minor problem, and I can tell them it's a centre half. It's how it is all the time. It's unbelievable. So without knowing who it is, I would say, okay, centre half, and who is available in the moment, and that he has a problem. So that's the whole season like this, and I don't know why this happens. But how I said, we learned a lot, but in the moment, a lot of people obviously are not happy with the results. I get that, but I'm responsible for that, 100%. But we played still some pretty good stuff, and we should not. You can forget that. We cannot. Because that's the start for changing the things. That you change a situation like we are in with bad football, never heard about. Yeah, result. You need a result. But we are Liverpool. We cannot sit back and then we wait for some other teams 60 minutes until they come over the halfway line. So we have to be dominant. We have to play football. We do that. So massive challenge. I'm ready. The boys are ready, and we give our absolutely everything to sort it. And thank for all the support. I don't read it, I don't really see it, so but I people tell me, and so I'm very, very grateful for these kind of things, but they can really think about other things because nobody has to worry about me.
Thank you. Neil from Goal, and then we're going to go to the guys in order. Neil, then Jan, Gunther next, but Neil first.
Just to stick on the theme of the supporters, obviously they haven't been in the stadium this season, so apart from a couple of games, so you and the players haven't really been able to feel that. Is it nice sometimes just to get a reminder for the players and for yourself that, although everything's written and everything's said, that there is still a huge amount of support for you and the players worldwide?
Yeah, of course, that's nice. That's what we do this for the people. Will never change. I feel the responsibility so much when things don't go well. I really so. And I don't want anything to praise that whatever we are doing and stuff like this. No, it's all fine. But we know we do it for the people, and that the majority of our people are still, and maybe even more so, with us. Yeah, it's nice to hear, it's nice to feel, it's nice. But I would prefer to fight this fight, what we are in a moment, with our people in the stadium. Coming in a situation like this, yeah, it's not what you wish for, but if you are in, you can show real unity and a real togetherness. And then if the stadium would be now full for the next 10 games, I would really love to fight together against this. So we fight together, obviously, just in different places. And yeah, knowing about the support is great.
Okay, terrific. So we're going to go Jan, if you can unmute Jan, ask your question, and then Ulrich. These may be in German, by the way, and you can answer in German if you wish. Jan on the top left, yes.
Klopp, Jan Günther vom AD Hörfunk. Was können Sie aus der Distanz über den Werdegang von Julian Nagelsmann sagen? Was sind seine besonderen Fähigkeiten und wo sehen Sie die Stärken von RB Leipzig?
Julian ist ein herausragender. Er ist immer noch jung, herausragendes Trainertalent, der schon so mehr oder weniger alles unter Beweis gestellt hat, was man als erfolgreicher Trainer in diesem Geschäft braucht. Er hat die notwendige Außenausstellung, er hat, was wahrscheinlich vielen anderen in dem Alter vor allem noch so ein bisschen abgeht, aber wirkt jung, frisch und trotzdem seriös. Er hat ein unglaublich vielfältiges Profil, was seine Mannschaften angeht, so wie sie spielen, ist extrem variabel, extrem flexibel. Das spricht immer für einen guten Trainer, dass man unterschiedlich reagiert, unterschiedliche Ideen hat. Ganz, ganz tolles Auge für Spieler, wo man sie einzusetzen hat, wie man mit ihnen umzugehen hat. Das ist zumindest mein Eindruck von außen und ist einfach ein herausragender Trainer jetzt schon und wird mit Sicherheit in Zukunft, wenn wir anderen, die alle deutlich älter sind, so nach und nach mal uns ein bisschen auf andere Dinge konzentrieren, wird er das Ding noch richtig mitbestimmen. Und da weiß ich manchmal nicht, ob ich mich dafür freuen soll, weil das noch eine ganz lange Trainerkarriere wirklich für ihn dann verspricht. Und das Ganze ist schon ziemlich intensiv. Aber im Moment, wir haben die Woche mal Kontakt gehabt, macht er einen sehr, sehr zufriedenen, ausgeruhten, aber auch ehrgeizigen Eindruck und dementsprechend wollen wir jetzt natürlich schlagen, ist ja keine Frage, aber seine Karriere werde ich auf jeden Fall verfolgen und bin mir ziemlich sicher, das will noch an einige Orte tragen.
Thank you, Jan. We go to Ulrich, please, if you can unmute. There we go.
Ja, hallo, Klopp, Grüße aus Leipzig, hört Sie mich?
Ja, ja.
Die Leipziger schwärmen immer noch von Naby Keita. Jetzt ist er aktuell wieder verletzt. Wie geht's ihm? Wie beurteilen Sie seine Zeit in Liverpool? Vielleicht auch seine Perspektive? Und wenn ich mich recht entsinne, war bei dem Transfer auch ein Freundschaftsspiel in Leipzig vereinbart worden. Ist das immer noch aktuell? Werden Sie vielleicht dieses Gastspiel in Leipzig nochmal nachholen können, wenn das die Zeiten wieder zulassen?
Ja, mein Naby ist nicht mehr verletzt, aber noch nicht fit. So, jetzt hat er gestern und heute mit der Mannschaft trainiert, aber es hat jetzt nicht gereicht, damit man jetzt irgendwie mitnehmen. Was aber wichtig ist, weil wir jetzt irgendwie 2 Tage wirklich weg sind und er dann da besser einfach voll trainiert, als dann jetzt mit uns mitzufliegen und so ein bisschen sich warm zu laufen am Spielfeld dran. Auch wenn es gegen Leipzig geht, dass ich hier gerne dabei gewesen wäre, aber wir haben ja noch ein Spiel. Ansonsten in Nabys Zeit unterschiedlich, einfach herausragend gut, ganz, ganz toll und dann halt auch leider zu häufig verletzt, das muss man einfach so sagen. Und dadurch nicht so richtig in den Rhythmus gekommen, aber hat für uns ganz wichtige Spiele gemacht, ganz wichtige Tore geschossen, großen Anteil daran gehabt, was wir in den letzten Jahren gewonnen haben, war immer voll dabei, auch wenn er eben dann mal verletzt war. Aber das war schon blöd, in unglücklichen Momenten sich dann wirklich durch Kleinigkeiten meistens nur, aber dann doch ist er rausgenommen worden. Und das hat jetzt hier nicht geholfen. Aber Perspektive ist ja, großartig, also ein toller Spieler und wir mussten alle mal durch irgendwie so ein bisschen schwere Momente, so verletzungsmäßig, aber wenn das erledigt ist, dann haben wir hier einen ganz, ganz tollen Spieler und sind darüber sehr glücklich. Das Freundschaftsspiel, das bin ich jetzt nicht die rechte Ansprechpartner, ob das stattfinden wird oder nicht, weil ich das nicht entscheide, aber ich gehe mal davon aus, wenn es irgendwie vertraglich zugesichert ist, müssen wir hin. Es ist auch kein Problem, das sind jetzt eher die verrückten Zeiten, die dagegen sprechen. Also wenn das wieder möglich sein sollte, ist, glaube ich, unser geringstes Problem, dass wir noch auswärts so ein Ablösespiel für Naby Keita spielen müssen, dann kommen wir super gerne nach Leipzig und spielen das Spiel. Wir müssen halt nur einen Zeitpunkt finden.
Thank you, Ulrich. We've got Michael and then to finish Javier. So those of you who are currently in the attendees, I'm sorry for those who put their hands up a little bit too late, so I didn't get to everybody. If you'd like to take the hands down, well then when Jordan Henderson comes in, we'll take the next set of questions. But Michael and Javier to finish. Michael first.
Hallo Herr Klopp, Michael Milewski von der Bild-Zeitung. 2 schnelle Fragen. Sie hatten eben gesagt, Sie hatten mit Herrn Nagelsmann Kontakt unter der Woche. Wie sah das aus? Nur eine schnelle SMS oder ein kurzer Anruf? Und zweite Frage, Ralf Rangnick meinte, vor kurzer Zeit hätte er noch gesagt, Liverpool würde das Spiel zu 65% gewinnen. Mittlerweile wäre er bei einem 50-50. Wie sehen Sie das? Wer ist der Favorit?
Also den Kontakt, den Sie eigentlich sehen können, das war UEFA. UEFA hat das organisiert. Ich meine, die haben es dann praktisch jeden verkauft und deren Hunde auch. Also es hat die UEFA angefragt, das haben wir gemacht, haben einfach einen Zoom-Chat gehabt, das ging ein bisschen länger. Aber ich bin ehrlich gesagt, ich bin ganz zufrieden mit der Einschätzung 50-50. So, wenn wir hier volle Kapelle und alles voll am Start, dann glaube ich, dann wäre 65% vielleicht auch angemessen. Ich weiß das gar nicht, finde ich jetzt nicht so wichtig, aber mit 50-50 kann ich gut leben. Das bedeutet, wir haben absolut jede Chance, mehr brauche ich nicht. Und das Spielchen da mit Leipzigs Außenseiterrolle und so weiter, das ist alles fein, aber Leipzig spielt mit voller Kapelle und einen richtig guten Fußball. Und wir haben eine durchaus ausbaufähige Situation, in der wir auch guten Fußball spielen, aber keine Ergebnisse zurechtgekriegt haben in der letzten Zeit. Gut, das ist ja nun mal Knockout-Stage, also K.O.-Runde. Das heißt, ein Ergebnis wird es geben und werden alles dafür tun, dass wir am Ende uns dann trotzdem durchsetzen, obwohl Ralf gesagt hat, wir haben nur noch eine 50-prozentige Chance, was ich ehrlich gesagt absolut als ausreichend erachte.
Apologies for interrupting. Right, last question for Jürgen then from the press conference, and then for those of you who want to ask questions for Jordan Henderson, who's on next, if you could start doing the hands up now. But Javier, I hope I pronounced correctly, to finish our press conference.
Herr Klopp, Herr Nagelsmann, Ihr Kollege, warnte heute, dass im Grunde die Champions League die letzte verbleibende Titelmöglichkeit ist für Ihre Mannschaft, dass Sie quasi deswegen umso gefälliger sei. Das erinnert ja auch tatsächlich so ein bisschen an Situationen, die zum Beispiel Real Madrid in der Vergangenheit hatte. Kann man sich als Team, als Trainer auf so einen Wettbewerb konzentrieren, wie die Champions League, wie Sie ja eben zu Recht sagten, ein Knockout-Wettbewerb ist? Und inwiefern spielt diese Abwesenheit vom Publikum jetzt bei Ihrem, in Anführungszeichen, Auswärtsspiel eine Rolle für Sie?
Fangen wir damit an, aus dem Publikum fernbleiben, für die spielt es keine Rolle, weil wir es schon lange tun und das machen müssen, ist nicht schön, aber lässt sich ja nicht ändern. Also das wird keine Rolle spielen. Der andere Teil der Frage, ist Leipzig denn noch im DFB-Pokal?
He's on mute.
Yeah, then mute him.
No, he has to unmute himself. Javier, can you unmute? Is that possible?
Javier?
No, yes, my friend.
Ist Leipzig noch im DFB-Pokal?
Ja, die spielen auch gegen Bochum, wenn ich das richtig im Kopf habe.
Okay. Gut, ja, also wir haben nur noch eine Titelchance. Okay, ich dachte jetzt auch nicht, was Leipzig für irgendwann nicht mehr hätte, aber dann sind ja zwei, hat Leipzig natürlich noch. Also das hat ja damit nichts zu tun so richtig. Egal wie viele Titel man gewinnen kann, wenn man im Champions League Achtelfinale steht, dann möchte man ins Viertelfinale einziehen offensichtlich und das ist der Plan. Dass es schwer wird, damit habe ich jetzt kein Problem. Es ist Champions League und Last 16 heißt 16 besten Mannschaften Europas in diesem Moment. Da gehören wir auch noch dazu und dementsprechend würden wir das Ganze gerne angehen. So, das Coole beim Fußball ist ja, egal wie das letzte Spiel ausgegangen ist, fürs nächste hast genau die gleiche Chance zu gewinnen. Leute glauben ein bisschen weniger dran manchmal, aber dann muss man diesen Glauben halt wieder wecken. Wir wissen, wie schwer es gegen Leipzig ist. Leipzig vermutet zu wissen, wie schwer es gegen uns ist und wir werden versuchen, es wahr zu machen, sagen wir es mal so, mit einfach unserem Fußball, der in seinen Momenten nach wie vor herausragend gut ist, aber in letzter Zeit nicht zu Ergebnissen geführt hat. Und das müssen wir ändern. Und da wollen wir dann morgen Abend mit anfangen.
Fantastic. Thank you, Javier. Thank you, everybody else. And thank you, Jürgen. And
welcome.
If those of you who are in could hold on, we'll have Jordan Henderson in the next couple of minutes. Kate. Everything's live for the moment we're in, big man, okay? Okay, hello guys. I think we've got the majority of people we can take questions for Jordan Henderson. We're going to go in TV order first. James Cooper, followed by Johannes, followed by Babatunde, and then we'll go to James from TalkSport, Stephen Douglas, and then finish with Dave Maddock from the newspaper. So we've got everyone. James, you want us to kick us off?
Hiya, John.
Hi.
Hello, sorry.
Hi, mate.
The manager's talked about fighting. He's talked about sorting the situation. He's taken kind of a lot of responsibility on it. I just wonder, as the captain, how much responsibility the players got?
Full responsibility. I know the manager tries to protect us as much as possible in the press, but for players, we know that it's down to us to change the situation that we're in, and we take full responsibility on results and performances. So it's down to us to go out there, keep working hard, keep fighting to try and change this tough period that we've been going through over the last few weeks. Hopefully we can do that starting tomorrow.
Does Europe make a difference, bearing in mind the focus is completely different from the Premier League, and maybe you can kind of go for it in a way that perhaps you haven't been able to in the Premier League?
No, I think it's a new opportunity, a new challenge with another game. That's what a new game brings, and we've got to go out there against a very good side, and we've got to be at 100% to even get anything from the game. So we know it's a big opportunity for us, and we're 100% ready to go and give absolutely everything in them 90 minutes to try and get a good result.
Fantastic, thanks James. We'll go to either, apologies if I pronounce your name wrong, either Jonas or Johannes from TV2 Norway, I guess.
That's right, at the moment in Budapest. Hello, Jürgen. My question is, you had a lot of forced rotation in the central defence this season, and how do you work on short weeks to create stability in that area, and how do you see your own role and position as you move forward?
It is difficult to find stability with the amount of games. Obviously, you don't get many training sessions, so we'll get short sessions during the weeks before and after games to try and work on things defensively, offensively, like we always do. So it's about listening and learning as much as possible, and then trying to take that into the game. For us, it's a difficult time. Like I said, not only defensively, I think it's the whole the whole game, the whole offensively, defensively, everything that we need to keep improving, keep getting better, and try and change the run of form that we're in right now.
Okay, thank you. We go to Babatunde. Look forward to seeing you in Budapest, Johannes. But Babatunde for the next question, and then we'll go to James from TalkSport. Fire away.
My name is Babatunde Ojebi Sport from Nigeria. RB Leipzig have won their last 3 games, and it's the other way around for you. You've lost your last 3 games. How do you feel as the former European champions being the underdog against a club that was just promoted to the Bundesliga 5 years ago?
Leipzig are a very good side, very good players, very good manager. I think the game that sticks out recently was probably the one against United, so I think everybody knows that they're a very good team. But for us, yes, we have been going through a tough period, but there's still a lot of positives to take from performances over the last week or so. We just need to do it for 90 minutes. And if we do that, then I've got every confidence in the team that we can get a good result, but we do need to be at 100% if we want to get anything.
Okay, James from TalkSport, and then Stephen Douglas. James first.
Jordan, you said that you and the players take full responsibility for the results of late. You say it's down to you as players. How much are you all hurting at the moment? Because you've had incredible success over the past few years, and this just isn't up to the standards that you've set in recent time.
Yeah, it is difficult. When we've set standards like we have for a long period of time, to then lose a few games in a short space of time is not normal for us. So it's something that we need to adapt to very quickly. But I feel as though the lads give everything every time we train, every time we play, and that's what we need to do and get our heads down to try and get out of this situation that we're in. And I feel like once we do come out of it, and hopefully that's sooner rather than later. We'll be a lot stronger as a team for it. You know, I think strength comes from adversity at times, and you stick together as a team and get through it. And if we do that, then I'm sure we'll be even stronger come the end.
Okay, in order then, we're going to go Stephen, and then to Dave Maddock, if he's still there, and if not, then Dom King. So Stephen first.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi, mate.
I wonder if you could assess the impact of Thiago since he joined the club, and maybe speak about the importance of him going into the knockout phase. Obviously, he's a recent winner of the Champions League, and the fact he knows Leipzig very well from playing in Germany.
Yeah, Thiago's been brilliant since he came to the club. You know, I think everybody knows how good a player he is. He's a world-class player, and yeah, he's been great to have even off the field. You know, he's a really good person. Leads by example, gives everything, and you can learn a lot from him. So I think he's been a fantastic addition to the squad. And like you say, he probably knows Leipzig better than anyone. So I'm sure he'll be telling us one or two things over the next 24 hours to help with that. But he settled in very well. Like I knew he would. You know, he's a phenomenal player, and hopefully he can just keep improving each time he plays for us, and getting used to the way that we play as a team.
Okay. Apologies, we seem to have lost Dave Maddock from the... Dave is back, but we'll go to Dominic and then we'll finish with Dave. So Dominic from the Mail and then Dave from the Mirror to finish. Dom.
You know, you're talking about taking full responsibility. Do you feel you owe the manager a performance for a result, or what do you owe him most? A big win or a big performance?
Obviously, I think winning and results is the most important thing. You know, I think that ultimately that's what you're judged on as a team. So it's about getting a result, but to get the result, if you perform to a high level, then you've got more chance of winning. So both would be very nice. You know, I think for large parts the game against Leicester, performance was at a high level, but then in a very short space of time with a few mistakes, the game got out of our control and we ended up losing. So it's about taking them mistakes away, concentrating for the full 90 minutes and giving a performance for the full 90 minutes. And if we do that, then I'm confident we can get a good result.
Thanks, Dom. And then Dave to finish from the Mirror. Last question for our press conference, Dave.
Jordan, like probably the rest of the world, you'd have heard those rumours about Jürgen quitting on the weekend. I'm interested in just what your reaction was, because I'm guessing you'd have been laughing at that, given that you know his character and how he responds to situations, and also, you know, his integrity and loyalty as a manager as well, to you as players and his position.
Yeah, I don't think I even need to comment on something like that. You know, someone's sitting behind a keyboard making rumours up about the manager or the players in the dressing room. Doesn't really need me to see anything about it, you know. Yeah, not true. I quite like the one where Robbo and Ali were having a fight about something. That was probably that made us chuckle a little bit. But apart from that, yeah, I didn't really give it much thought.
Could you maybe just clarify that you're commenting on a rumour and not a...
Yeah, sorry, that was a rumour. I've just enjoyed that rumour, that's all.
Jordan, I was just more interested in you know him as a manager and his reaction to this situation, not the rumour, the situation, you know, the fact that his character and, you know, his commitment to you as a group, you know, how he will react now that you've just, you know, you've had a difficult situation.
Yeah, the manager's really good in situations like this. You know, through adversity, the manager's the one that we listen to the most. He's always there for us as players, and he tries to protect us as much as possible, like you'd probably see in his press conferences. But deep down we know as players that we take full responsibility, and it's down to us to go out on the pitch and change this tough period that we're going through. Yeah, but the manager has... Yeah, there's no question marks over how he reacts after games. He actually reacts in probably the total opposite of what people would think, and handles situations like that very well. And that's why we just want to go out there and put a performance on for the team, but for him as well.
Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jordan. Much appreciated.
Thank you.